What was my dream tonight? I came out of my house and I saw the wall dividing my house from my neighbor partially was broken. The person, probably the neighbor, he has actually broken a portion of the wall. So when I came out, I could see through the broken portion a kind of a garden area. And I was quite shocked in the sense that I didn't see my neighbor. Instead, I see a patch of green grass and an open space. In a way, I'm quite happy. And the reason is because I don't like my neighbor. I always consider him to be a kind of proud person. And I wouldn't really expect him to break down the wall. And if he does, he must have been done with some kind of adverse feeling. But right now it's a bit different. The wall is broken, and I'm quite surprised because it was probably not him who actually broke it. Because what I'm seeing outside is an open patch, open place, open grassland. I feel comforted because when the person broke the wall, he also patched up the drain that is below, that is underneath the wall. So in other words, he's actually creating a passageway, a good passageway between me and himself. But I can't see that person anymore because when I see outside, I don't see my neighbor. I only see an open patch of land. Now, how should I interpret the dream? Firstly, I guess the wall between us had initially created the animosity between me and him. Once the wall has been broken by someone, perhaps himself, I'm not sure, the relationship begins. In other words, the animosity is the wall itself. When we built the wall between the two neighbors, we created an animosity between two persons. So who broke the wall? My guess, the dream is telling me that I am broke the wall. It is a person, neither him nor me, that broke the wall. How should I interpret the wall? A wall is actually our mind. The second we have an idea of the other person, we have created a barrier. Who should I say is the other person? The other person is in fact what I think of myself. In other words, when I think of myself, I have created an animosity between myself and another. So truly, my friends, notice very carefully the animosity in life is almost natural. Everybody has an idea of themselves. That idea itself creates a separation between all of us, and with it comes animosity. The true I am has no idea of himself. This animosity actually comes from the jealousy. What jealousy? I am is jealous of the thought that we have of another. Now I have to raise another point that comes from the dream. Below the wall, as I said, there was a drain. And when he opened the wall, he also covered the drain so that a good passageway begins between both of us. So in other words, the wall was there for two reasons. I had a wall. That was because I have an idea of myself. But the idea that I have of myself is actually filling a gap, filling the gap that is in a drain. So I can't help it. I have to create the wall. I have to think of myself in a certain way, because what I wanted to do was to fill up the gap. But the dream is telling me that that's not the way to fill up the gap. There is another way. Although there is no wall, the drain can be covered. The gap within each of us does not have to be covered up by an idea of ourselves. No. The I am can cover the hollow of the drain. And this is the solution of life. Wow, it's so interesting. I've discovered something new today. I am covers the hollow within each of us. No matter what we do in life, no matter how we search for wealth and fill up ourselves with many things and many ideas, the gap in our life is persistent and always there. We may pretend to be somebody, and that is one way of trying to cover up the gap. But that's not the solution, because creating ideas in our mind simply create animosity and jealousy. The way to solve the problem of life, to cover up the drain, the hollow in the drain, is the I am. The I amness within each of us can take away the hollow in me.